Welcome back, everybody. This is another edition of the NCAA Football 2006 SMU Death Penalty Dynasty. This is James coming back at you, and we got a good one today. The number 1 SMU Mustangs host Deion Sanders, and the number 8 Colorado Buffaloes. Another one of our major Big 12 North opponents, Deion. Coach Prime has had this team rolling. This is essentially a game to decide the Big 12 North. You play 8 of them. Whoever wins this game will have the tiebreaker and a game in hand, and that'll pretty much decide it. So whoever wins this game is probably going to play for that Big 12 title. We'll see who it is. Again, we're playing well. Eric Clark's looked pretty good. Over 4,000 passing yards, 43 touchdowns in just 9 games. He's been fantastic. He might put up a few numbers here that might pop some eyes here as a true freshman. Both Lee and Kirk pick us. No love for Coach Prime. That's a bummer, but they're loaded too. They've got a great offense. They've got a spectacular defense, and they've got players up and down the roster in Boulder. They're going to start with the ball. They're going to hand off. This is the kid right here, Jay Bryant. I believe he's from Salida, Colorado. He's a stud. He's an absolute stud. He's going to get the ball a ton, and he is their playmaker. The quarterback's good. They've had better quarterbacks in the past. I believe 2 years ago, one was a Heisman finalist. They don't quite have that level of talent at the quarterback room right now. That's not going to stop them. Big-time play to the tight end of Daniels. He's their impact guy. Hits a 50-yard pass. He's averaging 36 yards a game. I formation, right side, handoff to Jay Bryant. Picks up a couple there. Yeah. Kicks up, gets 1 yard. Double tight end set to the left. They try to screen, throw it back to Kennedy. Breaks a tackle. Cameron White cleans up the mess, but not before Kennedy picks up a nice gain. I formation, handoff. Jay Bryant fumbles the football. Raheem Scott is Johnny on the spot. Scoops up the ball. That's a huge play early. Colorado has the ball inside the 10, but we're able to force a turnover. So great job by the SMU defense. Bending but not breaking. Great hit here by Xavier Franklin. Makes Jay Bryant pay for it, and Raheem Scott scoops up the football. Big time play by the Pony defense. Real good job. That does mean we're going to start their own 8-yard line. Clark scrambles, looks left, fires, has Jay Moore. Defender falls down, and Moore gets all the way across the 30. Big chunk of play right here. Looks like he picks up about 23 yards there. Really good way to get this game started. And maybe to start some fireworks. 1st and 10 at our own 32 under center. Clark surveys, looks, fires to the left, and that one's deflected away, incomplete. Good job by the DB there. 2nd and 10, shotgun left hash. Clark looks, he's going to fire deep to Casimir Walker, who brings it in, climbs the ladder. You don't see that from Casimir that often. Big time play. Passing interference on the defense will decline it, and that gets us all the way down to the Colorado 32. Shotgun left hash. Clark looks, throws to the left, has Michael Chisholm, and he gets across the 20-yard line. Nice play there. 1st and 10 at the 19. Shotgun Clark surveys, looks, fires left, has Casimir Walker, gets across the 15 and not much more. It's going to pick up 5. 2nd and 5 under center. We hand off to Dakari Brown, who finds a seam and gets all the way up across the 5-yard line down to the 4. Shotgun Clark surveys, looks, fires left. Michael Chisholm. Touchdown, SMU Mustangs. We strike first here in the battle of top 10 teams. Michael Chisholm, on what looked like a design screenplay, is actually able to find some room on the left side and get open there. 7-0 Mustangs. Colorado goes to work. Gaston, another one of their impact players. They have an impact receiver and an impact tight end. Double tight set. Bryant, gonna look, find a little bit of room on the right side there. Picks up about 5. 2nd and 5. Double tight pitch right. Bryant looking to throw. Does, but it's out of bounds. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Buffaloes. 3rd and 5, Hines under center. Looks, fires to the right to the tight end Daniels, who hauls it in, but does not pick up a first down. So Colorado is forced to give us the ball right back under center. We hand it to Dakari Brown, who takes a shot from a guy that looked pretty familiar. That was the kid that we recruited last year that ended up going to Colorado late. Number 58, I believe that's Brandon Bradley, something like that. I'll have to take a look at it again. Option play left side. We pick up a decent chunk there. 1st and 10 at our own 30. Clark surveys, looks, throws short. Walker is in space across midfield. You're not going to catch him. 20, 10-5. Touchdown, SMU Mustangs. Casimir Walker in space is a dangerous thing. 70 yards. He goes all the way, nearly untouched. The DB overplays the ball, but when that happened, it was just a matter of time. You see him go for it. We get a nice downfield block for Michael Chisholm, and that was all she wrote. That was was all the space that Casimir Walker needed, turns on the Jets, and when he does that, not a lot of players in America are going to catch him. 14-0 SMU. Colorado goes back to work. That ball's deflected back towards the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Shotgun, Colorado. Hines decides to tuck it, picks his way through, and gets a nice chunk of yardage. Looks like he picked up about 8 or 9 there. It's going to be 3rd and inches. I form. They're going to hand off to the fullback. If they needed inches, they got inches. That's about it, but they do get a first down. Under center, Hines fires, finds Gaston across the 40-yard line. 2nd and 1. They hand the ball off to Bryant. No play action. They're going to fire to Sussman, the fullback. Scott gets caught, and they can't bring down Sussman until he crosses our 20-yard line. Huge play to the fullback. We did not see that coming. I thought Scott would get there and deflect the football. Was not able to do it, and Sussman was a tough man to bring down. We take a 14-0 lead into the second quarter. The Colorado's throwing a few warning signs at us that they can move this football. Hines, play action, fires, touchdown Buffaloes, touchdown CU. They find McKinney on the play action pass. Great job jumping back and making that play as he was covered by a linebacker, and it's 14-7. Shotgun Clark, right hash, scrambles right's going to fire deep to Michael Chisholm, who hauls that in and gets across the CU 45. And just like that, both teams are starting to get their rhythm offensively. Big time chunk to Michael Chisholm. That is what he does best here in this offense. And we get out to the 44. Clark scrambles, has immediate pressure, and just gets rid of the football. Smart decision there. Colorado was coming in hot under center. Jakari Brown crosses the 40. Looks like he picked up about half of it. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Clark takes the snap, surveys, looks, fires right to Michael Chisholm. Spin move, not able to pull it off. Only picked up about a yard. It's going to bring up 4th and 5. Under center, Clark fires over the middle. Casimir Walker breaks a tackle, scoops it up, and that's a first down for SMU at the 28-yard line of Colorado. Clark surveys, looks, fires left. That one's deflected twice. That was dangerous. That one almost got intercepted off the deflection. 2nd and 10. Shotgun. Clark surveys, looks, scrambles left, and he's got Joshua Moore, who cuts up, nearly breaks a tackle, and gets across the 10-yard line. That's going to set up 1st and goal. Shotgun. Clark surveys, fires to the right, going for Joshua Moore again, who skies up, uses that 6'4" frame, and brings it home. Touchdown, SMU Mustangs. Josh Moore, good-looking play there. Boxes out the defender who thought he had a beat on it. Sorry to say, you're coming up with air. That's a touchdown for the Mustangs, and it's 21-7 SMU here in the second quarter. Jay Bryan up the gut, 40, 45, 50. Can anybody catch him? 40, 30, 20. Barrett hauls him down, but not until Jay Bryan gets all the way down to the 8-yard line. Immediate response from the Buffs. Huge play to get right back in this football game. You see he goes straight up the gut, and there was nobody left. Huge gain for the Colorado Buffaloes. Honestly, a little bit shocked he didn't score it. Our secondary doesn't have that type of speed. He gets down to the 8. They're going to go I formation. Play action pass. Hines fires left. That one's dropped by the fullback. I got to be honest, even if he would have caught it, he probably would have lost some yardage. I form. Play action. Hines rolls right, fires into the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Daniels. You're going to take a look at the replay. I was for sure I had a user here. Oh, it goes right over the hands of Corey Sisk. What can you do? It's 21-14. CU is starting to get hot. Kickoff, Casimir Walker has a seam across the 40, across midfield, and gets all the way down to the CU 41-yard line, 42-yard line, excuse me. Huge kick return, great response. We're already threatening. Clark scrambles right, looks, fires, has Josh Moore, has him. 10-5, touchdown, SMU Mustangs. One play, 42 yards. Defense optional. The defenses have decided to go home for the day. There's still so much time left in this game, and it's just haymaker after haymaker right now. One play, 42 yards after the long kick return, so Colorado did not have much time to enjoy getting back into this football game. They go play action with Hines, and this time Nigel Barnes gets to the quarterback. There's only so many times you can run that slow play action before our defensive ends find ways to make havoc. Big time play there. 2nd and 15 under center. Hines going to throw. Surveys, looks, throws short. Has Daniels. Doesn't pick up a ton, but does pick up a nice gain. Keeps them on schedule. 3rd and 9 under center. Hines going to throw again. Fires to the right, and that one is deflected away, so Colorado goes 3 and out, in large part due to the sack by Nigel Barnes. Clark scrambles right from the shotgun. Going to fire deep to Josh Moore, who catches it, but he catches it out of bounds. You can see the numbers for Clark. They're already pretty incredible. We have got acres of space. Xavier Hart, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. No one got even close to Xavier Hart. They brought the safeties on a blitz and man coverage. There was just the right amount of rub between the safety and the linebacker, and there was just nobody out here. Absolutely wide open. That is what speed do, baby. Unbelievable. After a one-play drive last drive, it's a one-play drive this drive, and it's 35-14 here in the second quarter. Colorado got to get back to work. That ball's deflected by Raheem Scott, nearly intercepted off the tip. They're going to go shotgun 5 wide. Hines surveys, looks, throws left, goes deep. He's got his man, Gaston. 20, breaks a tackle. High stepping. Touchdown, Buffaloes. Touchdown, Colorado. They go deep. They get man-on-man coverage, and the impact wide receiver absolutely takes Isaiah Johnson to town, makes him look silly. High steps on him. 35-21. There's still a minute 50 left in this quarter. We go short. Casimir Walker not able to haul that ball in. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 at our own 24. Shotgun left hash. Clark scrambles right. Surveying, looking deep for Josh Moore again, and he has him again across midfield. Another chunk. Josh Moore, 5 catches for 122 yards in this half. They've been all chunk plays. He's averaging, 24 yards a catch. He's looking the part. Josh Moore coming out here. Right hash, Clark scrambles, fires, going right back to you-know-who. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Joshua Moore, touchdown, SMU Mustangs. My goodness, I was just hyping him up. In the very next play, he beats everybody and then uses the jets, finds the pylon, and he scores from 48 yards out. It is 42-21 in the first half. Hines is going deep again. It looks like it's out of bounds, and apparently it isn't. 10-5, touchdown, CU. He stayed in bounds. How did he do that? I thought for sure he stepped out of bounds. I guess he didn't. He comes back into the field of play, high points the ball, and beats Isaiah Johnson like a drum. It's 42-28. We fire deep to Moore. 30, 20, 10, 5. You have to be kidding me. What is going on in this game? Touchdown, SMU Mustangs. Joshua Moore is on fire. These offenses are on fire. It was 14-0 SMU going into the second quarter. It is 49-28. There's still a minute left. Handoff Bryant cuts back. Huge gain, gets across the 40-yard line for a first down. They call a timeout. Shotgun Hines, empty set, fires deep, overthrows his man, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Justin Hines under center, throws to the right, has his receiver, but his receiver is not able to haul that in. Kennedy not able to make that play. 3rd and 10. Hines surveys, looks, a little bit of pressure, fires it, but Daniels only picks up 6, and they needed 10, so they actually punt the ball back to us. Can we score any more? Clark, shotgun, rolls right, has room to operate if he wants to, scrambles and dives across the 30-yard line, and we take our first timeout. 26 seconds left, right hash. Clark surveys, going deep downfield, and he's got Michael Chisholm across the Colorado 45. We have packed like 2 weeks of offense into 2 quarters. This has been absolutely insane. Colorado's defense has been a sieve. I can't believe how bad they've been. Our defense hasn't been much better, but my goodness, this is crazy. We go short to Walker. He picks up a few there. 2nd and 10 at the Colorado 20. 15 seconds left. We run the option because we got a couple timeouts, but we don't catch them off guard there. They do a good job there. We do settle up for the 38-yard field goal. Brent Zuzo splits the uprights. What a quarter, ladies and gentlemen. It is 52-28. We outscored them 38-28 in the second quarter. What a crazy quarter of football. And when you have a quarter like that, sometimes you're just like, we got to slow this thing down. Like, we got to find a way to rein it back a little bit. It has been too nuts. We're up 24. That's great, but my goodness, everything feels like it's pretty fragile right now. First down, nothing. Second down, we fire to Chisholm for 4. We go up the gut to Jakari Brown, who picks up about 5.5 of those 6 yards. Drayton Anderson does get banged up. Nothing major. He'll either be back later in this game or we'll see him next week. 4th and inches, handoff up the gut. Jakari Brown, did he pick that up? They give it to us. We'll take it. 1st and 10 at the 44. Clark throws short and overthrows Michael Chisholm. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 here at their own 44. Clark shotgun right hash. Surveys, looks deep. Going for everything again. Ooh, that one was close. Michael Chisholm not able to bring that in. After a false start, it's 3rd and 15. We're going to fire, and we're going to find Isaac Jones. Isaac Jones makes a nice play, and we decide to go for it. 4th and 6. Clark scrambles, fires right, overthrows everybody, and Colorado gets a stop. Maybe we should have punted that football away. That probably would have been a better decision. Hines gets the ball. He fires over the middle and is nearly intercepted. Under center, 2nd and 10. They're going to play action to Bryant. He's going to roll right, fire right, but he rolls directly into Coyote Brown. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Shotgun 5 wide. Hines looks, surveys, fires short. And that one's knocked away as well. So Colorado gets a golden opportunity. Does not do anything with it. They punt the football back to us. We are trying to go deep, but the ball comes up well short due to the pressure. But Eddie McCoy makes the play anyway. Nice play, Eddie. We fire short. Not able to connect there with Joshua Moore. And that brings up a 2nd and 10. Clark surveys, looks right. He's going to throw short, and that is intercepted by Harris. Terrible decision. We get hit as we throw. The ball falls directly to the corner, and all that work the defense did on the last drive is undone with that throw. So they're going to get the ball in great field position. They're going to go back to Gaston, and he picks up about half of it. He gets down to the 11-yard line, double tight to the left. They go to the right, and Bryant's got all the space in the world. Touchdown, Buffaloes. Touchdown, CU. Colorado going to go for 2 here to try to keep it a 2-score game. Play action, Hines fires to the right, nearly intercepted. So we maintain an 18-point lead, 52-34. Handoff, Jakari Brown. Looked like he had some blockers, but cut it back in and didn't get much. 2nd and 7, under center. Clark looks, surveys, he fires over the middle, and that one is flat out dropped by Joshua Moore. That was open there. 3rd and 7. Handoff. Jakari Brown finds a ton of room on the right side. 40, 45. Jukes back. Gets across midfield. And that's a huge play on 3rd and 6. We needed something positive there. We got a great block from 72. We're able to spring that thing and get all the way across midfield. So we're back in business on the Colorado 45. Shotgun right hash. Clark scrambles right. Fires short to Isaac Jones. He's not able to bring that one home. Under center, Clark surveys, looks, fires back to the right, and overthrows Michael Chisholm again. So it's 3rd and 10 again. We're going to fire over the middle to Casimir Walker, who breaks a tackle and drags a defender across the line to gain. 1st down, SMU. Under center, Clark hands off to Jakari Brown. Not much, picked up about 1 or 2 there. Going to give him 2nd and 9. We'll try to bounce it outside on 2nd and 9, or not able to do so. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Shotgun, Clark rolls, stays in the pocket, fires over the middle. Dangerous throw, but it did hit Moore. We're going to settle up for 52. Is this in Brent Zuzo's range? Boy, made that look pretty easy. Some of those early struggles have gone away, and Brent Zuzo cans a 52-yard field goal. It's 55-34, and we're back up by 21. Colorado goes back to work. Hines under center. Surveys, looks, fires over the middle. Man, that should have been picked off by Cameron White. That hit him right in the hands. 3rd and 5 here. Double tight set. They're going to go goal line, pitch to Bryant, and that is swallowed up by Xavier Franklin. They go 3 and out, and they get the football right back to us. We're going to take a deep shot here. That ball is deflected away, a little bit underthrown. If he throws that ball a little bit farther downfield, maybe it's a big play. This will be a big play. 40, 45 across midfield. Can they catch hard? 20, 15, and pushed out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Huge play. We're going to hand the ball off to Jakari Brown. 10, 5, gets across the 5 and a line to gain, and that's going to set up 1st and goal as we head to the 4th quarter with a 55-34 lead. A lot of points. Handoff, Jakari Brown, untouched, touchdown. SMU Mustangs. That might put it to bed. That puts us up by 4 touchdowns. That's going to make it 62-34. Colorado going to try their best, though. Hines under center. Xavier Franklin comes loose off the edge, and he gets the sack. That's one of his first sacks of his career there. 2nd and 16. Hines under center. Throws over the middle, tries to find his tight end, but is not able to connect with him, and there is a flag on the play. It's going to be holding on Colorado. We decide to take it. So instead of 3rd and 16, it's 2nd and 25. Colorado, Hines throws to the right. That one's caught, but Kennedy didn't pick up anything there, I don't think. And there's another flag on the play. Yes, it's another holding call. This one we are going to decline. 3rd and 25. Shotgun 5 wide. Hines surveys, looks, and is absolutely destroyed by Coyote Brown. He's still good. He's still there. Again, maybe he's not like his predecessors, but he is still dangerous. Big-time sack. Colorado has no choice but to punt the football at their own 2-yard line, and we have great field position. We're already on the fringe of field goal range. Jakari Brown pays for it. That looked like it hurt a lot. Great tackle by Lester. 2nd and 11 at the Colorado 31. The clock is running. Let's try to run a little bit of a screen here. Moore picks up a decent chunk of yards. Gets across the 30 down to the 29-20. You see the numbers. 8 catches, 249 yards, 4 touchdowns. 3rd down will be handed off to Jakari Brown, and he gets it all. 1st down Mustangs. You can see that clock running. We're in ball control mode. We go option to Clark, who dives forward so we can take more time off the clock. Jakari Brown up the gut. Touchdown Mustangs. Another one. 69 points. Hashtag nice. That's the end of the game. 69-34. What an incredible display of offense in this game. The defenses did not show up in this one. I did take a look at halftime. The teams had combined for over 1,000 yards of offense at halftime. That's how crazy this game was. It was just absolutely insane. We had like 580. They had like 440. It was crazy. The defenses were just terrible. But we did come out in the second half. We did what we needed to do. It's a 35-point win against a top 10 team. It looks good. I just wish our defense played a little bit better, but that's okay. That was a big-time win against a top 10 team. Look at the yardage, 764 total yards. Rushing was nearly identical. They threw for 349 yards as well, but we threw for 643, the second most in school history. Just an incredible performance by this offense. Again, the defense, not great, but I guess they did what they had to do. So tip your cap there. We're able to run the clock out at the end of the day. And Eric Clark, 24 for 40, 643 yards, 7 touchdowns. The pick was pretty unfortunate, but even, Jakari Brown, 96 yards rushing, Moore 249, Chisholm 107, Walker 139, Hart 120. We had 4 receivers go over 100 yards. Absolutely insane performance here offensively. Another big win that locks up the Big 12 North, so we're guaranteed a spot in the Big 12 championship, which basically means we have a shot at any BCS game we want. We play Kansas next. Kansas is the worst team in the conference. Follow that with North Texas. We win those 2. Hey, maybe we're undefeated going to that Big 12 game. We'll see. In the meantime, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it as always. And you take care. We'll see you next time.